airline passenger fatalities shot up in 2018, according to industry experts. Dutch aviation consultants 270 and the Aviation Safety Network have both reported that there are more than 500 deaths because of airline crashes in 2018. Well, we're joined now by travel journalist Simon Calder. Good morning, Mr. Calder. Thanks for joining us on the programme. Well, can you put this into context for us? Should regular flyers be worried about this data?
Well, 2018 was unfortunately very much above the most recent average over 5 years and way above the number of fatalities suffered in 2017. Now, 2017 was just uniquely safe. No passenger jet aircraft crashed. There were two turboprop disasters in which 13 people sadly died. But as you say, over 500 people last year. Now, some anxious flyers might conclude that, oh no, it's got 40 times more dangerous to fly. That, I think, would be completely the wrong conclusion to draw from these. Even though we saw those tragic losses, aviation remains incredibly safe. And if you just look at the number of accidents, there were 160 plane crashes, of which 147 everybody survived in them. So, you know, even in the very unfortunate event of a plane crash, the odds are that you will survive.
And we often say that flying is the safest form of transport. Is it?
Well, yes, if you compare it with, for example, driving, you've got about 2,400 more people. 2,400 people died in road accidents, sadly, last year for every passenger on board an aircraft. And actually, if you drill down and look at the events last year, I'm afraid that a number of them can be categorized as, well, sadly, the more usual type of accidents. So we had domestic flights in Cuba, in Iran, in the former Soviet Union, in fact, a flight within Russia. Those seem particularly susceptible. There were old aircraft involved, certainly in Iran and in Cuba. You've also had a number of completely one-off events. So Southwest Airlines lost the very first passenger it had in its entire history when sadly the skin of the aircraft was punctured by an exploding engine, and a passenger died in that. But the most troubling accident was also the one which had the highest death toll. This was in October. It was Lion Air in Indonesia, another domestic flight. There were problems with the airspeed indicator, and it appears that there may have been technical issues that were not properly addressed by the airline. But some people in aviation have said, well, this was a brand new Boeing aircraft, 737 MAX, and we're not so sure that we're completely happy with all the safety procedures involved in it. Way too early to say, but in general, I worry about driving to the airport. I worry about other forms of public transport, although European rail is very, very safe also. But as soon as I get onto an aircraft anywhere in the world, I relax, knowing that I am extremely likely to just have a happy, uneventful journey.